This presentation outlines processes and not technical detail or operational sequences. These are covered in the operational and presentation notes. As you know, HBS is not on the air all the time. So what happens when we switch off the studio and everyone goes home? Like most other radio stations, we broadcast a sustaining service. That is a program service provided while our own station is not on the air. HBS uses two sources for its sustaining service. Some programs are provided from our own servers, while at other times we rebroadcast BBC Radio 2. There are three major parts to our sustaining service. Our own computer servers, which contain a large quantity of pre-recorded programs. A high-quality radio tuner permanently set to receive BBC Radio 2. And a computer program which accurately controls timing, the playout of the pre-recorded programs, and switching between them and Radio 2. The output from the server and from the radio tuners are routed to the control program, which switches the output to the transmitter at pre-programmed times. Transmission control, or as it is frequently referred to, opting, is the process of switching the output to the transmitter to and from the sustaining service or between the studios. In broadcasting, the term opting is used when there is an option to join or leave a program service. Before we continue, just another reminder that this presentation describes the process and not the technical or operational techniques and steps. The transmission control system uses push buttons, but it may help you to understand how the system works if you think of it as a three-position switch, with each position sending a different signal to the transmitter. The positions are off, Studio 1 and Studio 2. When the transmission control system is in the off position, the sustaining service is routed directly to the transmitter, bypassing the studio. When a studio is powered up, its output is automatically connected to the transmission control system. Switching the system to Studio 1, as in this example, disconnects the sustaining service and replaces it with the output of Studio 1. Switching to Studio 2 instantly replaces whatever was connected to the transmitter with the current output of Studio 2. Selecting the off position will reconnect the sustaining service. There are safeguards and procedures to prevent the accidental activation of the system or unintentional switching between studios. You may not know that HBS has two transmission networks, each serving a different group of hospitals. Each network has its own buttons on the transmission control system. The system will allow programs from Studio 1 to be transmitted to one group of hospitals, while a different program is transmitted simultaneously to the other group. The sustaining service can be sent to one group, while a live program is transmitted from either studio to the other. At the moment, the same program is normally broadcast to both groups. The network control system is located to the right of the desk and is suspended from the shelf above the CD players. You will cover the operational use of this system as part of your hands-on training program. The two channels associated with the sustaining service and which allow you to select from a number of external resources are at the far right of the desk. The sustaining service, or indeed any other source accessible through these faders, is selected by holding down the Shift key on the desk and rotating the multifunction control. The display will show each of the available sources in turn. When a studio is going live, it's important that the source currently being transmitted is selected and faded up on one of the select channels. Otherwise, there will be a silence or a sudden change in the program being transmitted when that studio goes on air. A detailed description of the transmission control system is available from the technical director.